Hey, what's up? Welcome to another video. My name's Stephanie, and today I'm going to show you how to make weekly box stickers for your classic happy planner. I'm going to make Christmas colors because Christmas is coming up, and we're going to make a sheet that fits perfectly into a classic size notes or, just on a classic set of discs. All right, so let's make our sheet of Christmas boxes. So first thing I'm going to do is I'm right clicking or two finger clicking on my laptop here and pasting in this sticker sheet that I have saved as a project on Cricut Design Space. All I did was I went to shapes and got this square with the rounded corners. I made it the size that is the biggest size that Cricut will print and cut. And that is 6.75 by 9.25. And then I just made it white up here, the color. And then I added another square, which I made really long and narrow, and changed the color, and then put some text in there. Maybe I'll do a video that's just separate on how to make your little background sheet if you want something that looks cute, like if you do videos and stuff, or if you just want it to look cute for you, whatever. I like this because I have this space set aside over here for where the disc punch is going to be. So I don't have to think about it. I just put everything on this side of the line. Okay, so I have my background sheet. So we're doing weekly boxes. So let's get a square over here. And I'm going to start with the biggest boxes just because they're going to take up the most room. So let's do a double wide box. All right, so I have my square. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do, I have my square selected. I'm going to go over here to operation. I'm going to change it to print then cut. And then we're going to change the color. So let's do like this cranberry red color. It's pretty. Okay. And then I'm going to go up here to the lock, unlock it. I'm going to make the width. So classic size weekly boxes are 1.5 inches approximately. It might be a teeny tiny bit off, but I find this works really well for me because it's really easy to remember. So 1.5 wide is the normal size. So we're going to do twice as big, which is 3 inches wide. And then the height will be 2.5. Okay, let's duplicate this a couple of times because we're going to need them. And let's make this square white, rectangle. Now I need this white part to fit inside of this red box. Right now they're the same size. So let's hit the unlock button, and I like to go down 0.2. So I'll make it 2.8, and then the height will make 2.3. Okay, so now we have our two pieces that fit together. And you can play around with like rounded corners or putting another layer so you have like a little line around here. I'm going to do another video on how to do stuff like that. So we're going to go to align, hit center, and then we're going to go down here to the corner and hit attach and flatten. So now we have our one piece here. This is going to be our offset, the piece that stays on our page. So I'm going to hit the lock up here, increase the size by 0.1 all the way around. And now I have this to put on my page. Not exactly sure where it's going to be yet. Okay, let's make a long sidebar sticker. So let's go to shapes, the square. Going to go to operation, print then cut, and let's make this one this really nice dark green. And now we're going to go to the lock, unlock it. The standard width is about 1.5. The sidebar might be a little bit bigger, but I like to have the little border around it. I don't like my sticker to go like line to edge of the paper, so I like the size. And let's make it twice as tall as usual. So it's usually 2.5, so now we're going to make it 5 inches tall. And then let's go over here and duplicate it twice. I can move that closer over there. All right, let's make one of these white. Or you can make it a lighter green. Like it could be like this, and then you write on the lighter green. Well, let's make it white. Okay, go to the unlock. Make it 0.2 inches smaller on each side. And now we're going to align, center, go to attach and flatten. All right, so now we have that box. Now we're going to take our background here and make it bigger. So go to the lock, 0.1 bigger on each side. And now we'll line this up on our page. Okay, so now let's make some weekly size, you know, the boxes that go in the normal space. I don't know what to say. All right, shapes, get another square, and go to print then cut, and let's make this one like a golden yellow. Now basic size is 1.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches tall. Okay, and we'll duplicate that a couple of times. And we'll make this one white. And then we're going to hit this lock button and decrease the size by 0.2 on each side. Line it up here, go to align, center, and then attach. And you have to hit flatten, because if you don't hit flatten, your machine's going to cut around this edge too. We only want it to cut around the outside, so hit flatten. And then we'll select this background box here and make it 0.1 bigger. Design Space is free, so you can use all of this without having a cutting machine and just cut them out by hand if you would like to do so. All right, so let's put this box right here. And I'm probably going to need at least one more of these. So let's unflatten and unattach this here. Let's grab this colorful box and duplicate it. And let's make it red. And then we'll get this inner box and duplicate it. Make our life easier. And then we'll align, center, attach, and flatten. We'll go back and do this one too. I might end up needing more of them, but oh, let's unflatten and detach this box here and duplicate the background, because we're going to need that. And we'll make it 0.1 bigger on each side. Now I have a new background piece here. We'll go back and attach and flatten this as well. Okay, let's make some smaller boxes. We probably have room up here for the ones that are that I like to make that are 1 inch tall. So let's get another shape, another square. We'll go to operation, go to print then cut, And let's make this one our green color. Okay, let's hit this unlock button. Standard width is 1.5. And I'm going to make it an inch taller. An inch tall. We're going to make at least a couple of these. So let's just... We'll duplicate it an extra time so that I have another one and I'll just change the color. Okay, so let's take one of these boxes and make it white. And then we'll hit this lock button. Make it 0.2 smaller on each side. And now I have a little green box. So let's align it. And attach and flatten. All right, and we'll take its little background here, hit the lock button. If you don't hit the lock, it's not gonna make it 0.1 bigger on each side. So like if I hit this arrow here, it makes it 1.6 wide, but then it's 1.067 over here instead of 1.1. So you have to hit that unlock button to make it the exact size you want. Okay, so let's take our little background, put it over here. I think there's plenty of room for it. All right, and let's make a gold one, I guess. Okay, let's duplicate that a couple of times and we'll just go through this process again really quickly. Make it white, change the size here. Then we can align, center, attach, and flatten. Then we'll take the background and make it 0.1 bigger on each side. All right, now I have that. All right, now let's make, we need some squares. So let's go to shapes, get another square, and let's do green again. Print then cut, make it green. Go to this lock, make it, we're making a square, so you probably didn't have to hit the lock, but we're gonna make it 1.5 by 1.5. And let's duplicate it. Let's make this square white. And we'll make it 0.2 inches smaller on each side. Take two of these and align and center them. Oops. Now I just need to right click or two finger click, I'm on a Mac, and send this to the back. Okay. And let's duplicate one of these because we're going to make another color. And duplicate the white square so we don't have to do that again. We'll deal with that in a second. All right, so let's attach and flatten these. Let's take our little background here and make a 0.1 bigger on each side. And move it over here. Okay, now let's change this one to red. And we'll duplicate this background, or duplicate this square so that we can make our background too. So let's make that 0.1 bigger on each side. And we'll stick it, let's stick it right here. Okay, now we're going to align and center these two boxes, attach and flatten. All right, I think we're going to have some more room in here for probably another square. So let's go ahead and unflatten and detach this square and duplicate these pieces. Because we're going to need them again. And we'll attach and flatten that square before we forget to do so. All right, and let's make this yellow. And we'll duplicate it because we're going to need a background. Since we already have it selected, let's go ahead and just make that guy bigger. And stick it over here. And now we have these two pieces to put together, so we will go to align, center, attach, and flatten. Okay, so now we have 3 squares. Now we have like the perfect amount of space here for another one of these, so why don't we make a red one of those as well. So let's just unflatten and detach this guy so we can duplicate the pieces. Select the background piece, duplicate it, and duplicate the white piece. We'll go ahead and duplicate this back one too. Here it is, and let's make it 0.1 bigger on each side. Kind of did this in a weird order. We're gonna make this one red. All right, so there's my little background piece. And let's make sure we don't forget to attach and flatten that again. And we'll make this one red. Okay, we'll put these two pieces together. Align, center, attach, and flatten. All right, let's make some of the like narrow kind of header boxes. Let's go shapes, square, and we'll go to print then cut, and let's make a red one first. Okay, so the size of this one, hit the unlock button, is going to be 1.5 wide, and I'm going to make it 0.5 tall. Okay, let's duplicate it. And let's make this piece white. And we'll make it 0.2 smaller on each side. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, and then this piece is going to be 0.1 bigger on each side. Okay, let's go ahead and duplicate all of our pieces because we're gonna make, let's see, how many of these are we going to need? I can probably fit 3 here and 1 here. And then I usually need like 5 of them, so let's make 5 of them. I usually only need like 3 of them, but let's make 5. Okay, so let's go ahead and can we select all of them and duplicate? Yeah. Oops. And let's do it. We have 3 colors, so we'll do it 3 times. Okay, so let's put these 2 pieces together. Align, center, attach, and flatten. And then we already have our background piece here. So let's make this one green. Then we'll do the same thing, align, center, attach, and flatten. I'll make our background green too. Okay, and this one's going to be yellow. All right, align, center, attach, and flatten. Okay, and we want 5 of them, so let's go ahead and duplicate these guys. And we'll duplicate these guys. All right. So let's put all of our little offset pieces over here. Just trying to make it look pretty. Let's put the green one in there. A yellow one here. I don't have enough room for 3 of them there, but let's select one of these offsets and we'll go to rotate, and we'll rotate it 90 degrees. And it'll fit here. So let's do that with this one too. All right, and then I have some room for some bullets here too. So let's make some bullets. Let me move all these little pieces out of my way. All right, so for bullets, we're going to need circles. So let's go to shapes, circle, print then cut, and we'll make it our red. And now we're going to go, we can keep it, you know, in air quotes, squared. So I found the bullet size I like is 0.2. And let's zoom in here. Let's duplicate it and then make our little offset 0.1 bigger. And there we go. And then let's duplicate this twice. So we have 3 colors we're working with. Same for this one. And let's change one of these to each color. Same for this. I just realized these are stoplight colors. It's kind of dumb. All right, let's select these guys and we'll go to align right here. And we'll align left. And we'll go to align, distribute vertically, just so they're all evenly spaced. And let's just group them to make it easier to deal with. And then let's kind of line up our little dots here. Let's move these outer ones out of the way and select all these dots. Align left, or you could do align horizontally. And distribute vertically. They're all evenly spaced. And let's group those as well. See how nicely they fit in here. It's probably going to be pretty good. Grouping them is just going to make this process go a little faster. Let's bring these background ones over here to our page. And let's duplicate them. A few times here. And I could probably fit more. Okay, now I'm ready to start making these background pieces just kind of look pretty. So let's take our background sheet here and just move it over out of the way. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all these top boxes here, align left. Oh, that's not what I wanted. Select them, go to align top. And then I want to distribute these horizontally so they're evenly spaced. Let's select these three here and go to align top. And then let's align these guys on the left. So I'm just going through and using these align buttons just to, let's group these guys so they stay together. And go back and distribute horizontally again because I saw them all move over to the left. We want to keep them all evenly spaced here. And let's select all these guys and distribute. That doesn't work when you have different size boxes. All right, let's hit align center horizontally to align all those guys back up again. Center horizontally. Now this base seems a little off, so let's go to the position button over here and hit the down arrow on the X just to scooch those closer together. Okay, let's make sure these are aligned top. I think I already did that. Oh. These two. This is grouped, so it's not, let's ungroup it. You don't have to be this picky. I like to make it all look pretty. All right, let's select all of these guys over here and hit align left. And then we'll select all these guys, hit align left. All right, let's just select these two little boxes and line them up too. Align top. And let's scooch them down a little bit. I'm just going to use the Y axis and make it bigger. Let's align these two. Align left. Okay, and we'll just keep these grouped. So let's select them all, align left, and we'll distribute vertically. Okay, now I'm ready to bring my background sheet. Back over. Looks good, looks like everything fits within this space. So let's select all of this and go to attach. So right now my machine's going to cut all the way around the edge, and it's going to cut out these individual boxes. We don't want it to cut out these individual boxes. We want these boxes to stay on the page. So we're going to go to flatten. Now this is all one piece and our machine is only going to cut around the outside edges. Okay, so now let's bring all of our boxes in here after we send this sheet to the back. Just right click or, double clicked on my laptop here. We'll bring each of these pieces over. Just line them up as best we can real quick. This one I need to turn 90 degrees. And same with this one. Now we have to deal with our little, oops. Let's group our bullets together. So make it a little easier. And let's duplicate them at least one more time. All right, let's just line them up as best we can. It's a little easier sometimes to use the X and Y axis buttons over here. I need one more. I need two more. Three more. I feel like the count. Okay, now you could just attach it and call it good, but I'm going to make sure everything lines up and looks all pretty. So I'm going to move my background pieces over here and then go through and align everything again. And I'll speed this up just so you don't have to watch me be all particular about this. Okay, now I think I have everything lined up, so let's bring our background over here. Everything looks pretty good. On these three here, it looks like this top area is smaller than this bottom area. So I'm going to fix that. Let's see, so I need to move them down. So let's select these three and let's just hit the Y axis button. Move it down one. All right, looks good. So what we're going to do now is we're going to select everything and attach it. Do not flatten it. If you flatten it, it's only going to cut around the outside edge. We want it to cut out all of our little boxes on the inside. All right, so the other thing is, I have my little sheet here. I want to kiss cut all of these boxes so I can just lift them off the background individually, off the back of the sticker sheet. But I want to have I want it to cut out the sticker sheet for me and not have an 8.5 by 11 inch paper that I have to trim around. So I'm going to come over here and get another shape. I'm going to get this rounded box and I'm going to make it the same size as this one. So 6.75 by 9.25. So 6.75 9.25. And what I found is having my machine go around this outside edge 3 times has worked pretty well for me. So I'm going to duplicate this box. And now I'm going to send both of these boxes to the back. I'm going to select everything, align, center, attach. Okay, so now we have attached our 2 background pieces. Do not hit flatten, because as you can see right now, we have all of our different pieces here that it's going to cut out for us. If you hit flatten, you look over here and it becomes all one piece. So we don't want to do that. So we're going to go to make it now. Looks good, continue. And then we're going to go to send to printer. We're going to turn add bleed off, use system dialog on, print, and then it always opens the printer dialog box behind. I'm going to do feed from rear tray because that's where my sticker paper is, and best quality so that it looks nice and pretty, and then hit print. All right, this is my Explorer Air 2. I have a nice new blade in here, so I have it set at paper minus. The machine's kind of dusty. So let's go ahead and we'll hit the load button here. Make sure everything's pushed down, and hit the Cricut button, and then it will cut everything out for us. It's going to kiss cut all of those boxes and then cut 3 times around the outer edge to cut out our sheet. Okay, so now we have our sticker sheet, and I'm going to use my big punch here to punch it so that I can put it into a notebook. And then I'll show you how our boxes ended up. Perfect size for classic weekly spreads. And you have that little bit of yellow left on the page so that you don't end up with any of that white around the box. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did, please let me know. I'd really appreciate if you subscribe to my channel. This did take a lot of work to show you how to do this, so I really appreciate all of my new subscribers. Thank you so much, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!